other. Nobody take it personal. Sometimes everybody's getting nervous. You win the game, you lose the game, you play bad, you play good. But I think at the end, we are open to talk to each other. I think that's the most important thing.
And then the only other question I had for you, when you think about Danny Green, what have you learned from Danny in the last 6 months or so since you've been his teammate?
We are calling Danny Green cut. I will start off on the court. We are calling it Danny Green cut. Like when Joe gets on the post up, normally ball swings to the opposite sides, but he is going to the ball side instead of going to the other side. So we call it Danny Green. I think that was, as a shooter for me, that was a really good point to learn from Danny.
Awesome. Thank you, Furk.
Thank you.
Mark Narducci.
First off, can you tell us how the ankle is at this point?
My ankle is feeling good. Last 2 days, we were going hard on the court. We were practicing hard, and then I was feeling pretty good.
And the other thing is, Danny talked about this. How hard have you guys been going at it? And how beneficial are these kind of hard workouts?
It's like kind of small training camp, I think today and yesterday totally like kind of 1 hour, 40 minutes, 1 hour, 45 minutes practice. I think that's what we need right now because we have a big gap for the next game. We have time. We need to stay in shape. We need to compete. We need to start feeling already like playoffs. I think those practices are really important for us to push each other.
Keith Pompey.
What's up, Furk? How you doing?
I'm good, kid. How are you?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. Furk, talk about Doc Rivers, right? Doc comes in. You know of him. He won a championship. He was with the Clippers, the whole nine. What were you expecting when he first came here, and what did you find out about him?
I was expecting he's gonna change some stuff, but also I didn't know what kind of stuff because as a team we had talent, we had everything, but just we couldn't push through last year. And then this year he started to change the players' mentality. Like before the game, after the game, everybody was more focused on team things, instead of individual things. I think that was the first point that he made. And second thing, I think he made it clear for everybody what is our roles, what was the expectation from the players. He didn't ask too much. He didn't ask less, he just asked from everybody what we can do and then bring it to the court. I think he made it clear beginning of the season. And then like we are talking about Doc Rivers, I think he's really a huge part of basketball history. He's like a legend. He has like a championship and he's been in the playoffs for all of his career. I think that's going to be our advantage.
Okay, and I guess with the roles thing, that was something that all you guys welcome. Sometimes you may not want to hear it, what your role is, but I guess that was something that a lot of guys, welcomed, that he was straight up with them, right?
Yeah, it's hard to, as a player, not to complain because we complain about everything, like our roles, why I don't get shots up one more time or one more position, why we don't run pick and roll for me. But I think he set the tone beginning of the season, and then everybody was happy about their roles.
Thank you, my man.
All right, we'll go to Kai Carlin.
Hey, Furk, you just kind of mentioned Danny earlier and what you learned on the court, but in this preparation for the playoffs, obviously this isn't going to be your first go-round for the playoffs, but is there anything Danny has, kind of pointed out to you about playoff basketball or giving you like any kind of tips or preparation? What has that kind of been like from Danny?
He's talking to all of us like he's been in the playoffs for years, I think the most important thing about Danny, and then it's not a coincidence that he got the championship, he put team first. He's not putting himself in the first position. Like, doesn't matter if he makes 2 threes or 5 threes in the same game. He's just, at the end of the day, if you win, he's happy in the locker room. That's the point that I learned from him.
And then Dwight as well. Like, has Dwight kind of like given like any, playoff stories from the past, or really talked about any playoff battles, anything like that with you guys?
Dwight is the same way. Like, he's been in the playoffs for a long time. He's talking to us. Like, Dwight is like really good guy for real. Like, beginning of the season, first when I met with him, I was really impressed because like Dwight Howard, sometimes like big stars, superstars, like you are a little bit afraid, like what kind of characters they have. It takes a lot of time to figure that out, but I think Dwight was like a perfect fit for us.
Thank you, Furk. Appreciate it.
Any more questions for Furkan? All right,
Wait a second.
Oh, there's time one.
Is that it?
You're good, Furk.